after the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression rocked the world, American International Group, or AIG, is ready to close the chapter on the biggest government bailout of the crisis. The US Treasury Department has agreed to sell its remaining stake in the New York-based insurance giant and add a multi-billion-dollar profit to taxpayers. Liling Tan reports.
The year was 2008, when U.S. presidential candidates battled over what to do with an intensifying financial crisis, as complex financial instruments tied to subprime mortgage loans collapsed and threatened America's financial powerhouses.
The result is the most serious financial crisis since the Great Depression.
It was a crisis that felled investment bank Lehman Brothers, but insurance giant AIG was deemed too big to fail, prompting a government bailout that later topped $182 billion, the biggest of its kind. Now, after owning over 90% of the beleaguered insurer at one point, the government is offloading its remaining stake for a profit of $7.6 billion, turning a total profit of $23 billion on the bailout. For AIG, it's the promise of a second coming, according to CEO Robert Benmosche. In a letter to employees on Tuesday, Benmosche wrote that the sale marks one of the most extraordinary and what many believed to be the most unlikely turnaround in American history. Banking insider and author Bill Cohen agrees this is a momentous development.
I don't think anybody would have thought 4 years ago, when they had to bail out AIG to the tune of $182 billion, that they would be in a position 4 years later to be even remotely talking about the fact that A, the government would no longer own any of AIG, but actually would have turned a profit. I think that would have been a very difficult thing for people to swallow and to appreciate.
At the time, AIG became a symbol of reckless risk-taking and came under heavy public outrage, a far cry from sentiment today. Taxpayers bailing out an insurance giant like AIG and then turning a profit. It seems like a story with a happy ending. However, the success of AIG's turnaround may create more moral hazards in a marketplace with many institutions still deemed too big to fail. Liling Tan, CCTV, New York.